type, one of which is probably the most interesting for me personally, and that is the mute. Now, the mute sometimes stays quiet in a meeting because, yeah, they've switched off, they've disengaged, they don't care. But like I say, most often it is because they're shy. And to be quite frank with you, I've been this person. I've been this person in a meeting who has an idea in their head, but just doesn't have the confidence to share it. You know, you have those doubts. Oh, this is a stupid idea. What are people going to think? You know, I'm not good enough to share this. All of these things creep into people's minds, and you don't know what's going on in someone's head. But as a facilitator, it is your duty to get everyone involved, everyone engaged, get the best out of everyone. So how do you think we could get a mute out of their shell? Anyone want to share what they discussed in their group? You can type it into the chat. You can try and come on the big stage. Albert says icebreaker, something that can help. Yeah, warm them up a little bit with an icebreaker there. That's certainly one thing you can do. What else can you do? Type it into the chat. Try come on the stage if you want. Use a round robin method. Yeah. Ask them a direct question from Nigel. Absolutely. And I think this would probably be the first thing that you could do, right? Asking a question. And it's very important that you ask an open-ended question. So a question which has a what or a how in it, which requires them to say more than yes or no, because that could bring a bit more of their personality out if you get them talking. Another thing which I think you can do for a mute is to actually compliment them. Compliment them on something that they're good at to make them feel a little bit more comfortable. For example, let's say we're talking about social media strategy. I could say, Jack, you know, I've been keeping up with your profile. You do some really good content on YouTube. It's really engaging. What are your thoughts on the company starting a YouTube channel? So by me complimenting someone, it validates them, makes them feel a little bit better, and they're more willing to share as a result. Ruth has got one down here. Can be difficult if they are introverted, but warn them of the rules and you expect everyone to participate. Absolutely. Pre-warn them and they will ask them to speak. Yeah, so letting them know in advance with our rules. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I think Lucy has got a similar point there. The third and final way I would say you could help a mute is to actually have little smaller group discussions. So let's say you've got a meeting of 8 people. What you could say as a facilitator is, before we dive into this topic as a complete group, I want you to actually find a partner and have a quick discussion about what you think is the best solution. Now, when you put a mute with one other person, they're far more likely to speak up than in front of 8 people. Public speaking is one of the biggest fears in the world. 8 people is a public. It is speaking to them. So by just giving the mute an opportunity to express themselves in a smaller group, when it does come to that open group discussion, they're probably more likely to share what they said because it's been validated by the other person. They feel a little bit more comfortable as a result. So you've got a few different ways there. You can ask them questions. You can compliment them. You can have smaller groups. We've got some really good suggestions in the chat as well about talking to them before the meeting. There's options. There are options.